Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus. Again, it's early in the morning, like a quarter to three, and I'm tossing and turning in my bed, thinking about the 30 some years that I've spent committing myself to go out into this daily life, committed to see that perhaps at the end of the day, that this life could be better for so many people that are not really enjoying this life. For so many people who are just existing. And having spent all of these years, it seems that every day things get worse. Even to the extent that tomorrow we will have a presidential election, a national campaign to become president of the United States by Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Two individuals where half of the nation dislikes the other one. And so it makes the whole nation dissatisfied with the people who will represent, or the person that will represent them as president of the United States. People say they want peace, they want prosperity, they want joy in their lives. They want those things that are necessary for survival. And it just so happens that those things are common amongst them all: food, clothing, shelter, education, health care. And to assure that those things could be met, the resources are in the earth, above it, on it, in it, seen or unseen. And the way to produce it is that each individual has the opportunity to serve a career of their own choosing. Some play basketball, some dance, some engineer, some do teach. Whatever it is that you get your greatest pleasure out of doing is that which is necessary to provide these goods and services. And for some strange reason, people have rejected that. They want it, but they have rejected that simple method. And the only alternative that they have is the one that says, don't work together, just use money. And money is used to do all of the things that money does. And I'm thinking, why have I not been able to reach you? And it kind of hit me in a little simple fashion. A fashion so simple I thought maybe I'd share it with you. And it was like this. The people do not understand what's going on in the world. The people are being played. They don't know that they're being played. They don't even believe that they could be played or would be played. Even though there was a time when natives on this country were treated as savages, they were really put to the lowest level of human existence. And people saw this, and yet they considered themselves as being just and lovable, wonderful people. There was the same time when they treat people as slaves, and if you don't know what a slave is, go back and do some research, and you'll find out that you want to close that book. It was really cold and dirty. But people still thought that they were wonderful people, wonderful, and nothing should be changed. Everything was all right. Well, the things, people who thought like that were people who were not treated as savages, people who were not treated as slaves. As long as it was happening to somebody else, it was fine because it couldn't happen to them, they thought. And so, here's what's happening. How can that happen to people? I want to give you an example that will probably make it easier to understand. Let's take a casino. Everybody wants to go to the casino so they can put their bets and come back with this great win. Now they know most times they won't come back, but sometimes they will. And out of one of those times, it might be the big one. Now, let me ask you this, and I want you to be real with yourselves. Who is the casino built for? Is it built to be fair? I'm sure you would say no. Then I ask, Is it built for you, for your benefit? Some of you will say yes, and many of you will say no. Then I ask, is it built for the benefit of those who own the casino? And you would agree that it's built for them. But then you would ask, perhaps, if someone asked you if you didn't ask, then what is your role in it? I don't know if you would really guess it or perceive it, but your role in it is to be milked. To be milked. The casino's business is to milk you. But now, how can they milk you? Seriously, how can they milk you? They got to make you think that you win. And how do they make you think that you win? They allow winning to take place. Enough winning to keep you coming. Enough winning to keep you investing. In other words, enough winning to keep you losing so that they can stand up high and high and high and still afford to allow every now and then some of you to even win the big ones. That's how they do it. And that's how they do it in the nations. There are people who call themselves running the nation, owning the nations. You don't know anything about those people who call themselves owning the nations, but they do exist. And they have hired support, just like the casino need people that's working. This big casino, the world, they have hired people to support them. They got generals, they got the militaries in all of its capacities, and they got all of the institutions that exist. They initially got, it has always been for them, but they allow you to think that you got a benefit in it. And this stuff has happened so long and so ingrained until it seems to be just a natural function or normal way of things to be done. So normal that people think that this perhaps is generated from heaven, that God himself stamped money because it says in God we trust. And that money is as legitimate as reading the scriptures. But in reality, the people who own the nation, who got the governors, who got the mayors, who got the state legislatures, who got the aldermen, these people, they're running the show. And the people, the common people like you, are being milked. Now, many of you have jobs that are essential for the powers that be to legitimize themselves. But the whole purpose is to own everything, to own you, and even in your capacities, while they milk the ones at the bottom. And why are they milking the ones at the bottom? They're milking them because the ones at the bottom hate it, and they want to get out of there. And so they take chances. They take chances that they know they'll lose. And you, as you serve the powers that be so well, you want to move up too. But you got another thought in your mind. You don't want to be down there where they're at the bottom of the totem pole, the bottom of the economic pole, the bottom of the pole of life. You don't want to be there. And so everything keeps on rolling, just like the casino. It keeps on rolling. People keep on coming. People keep on going along with the way that things are. But in this life, especially in America, things have gotten so dire that you, the American people, have allowed this power that be that runs this country, who is milking everybody, choose before you. They have allowed you to just drop so far down the rabbit hole of ignorance until they put these two candidates before you. And now you are as excited about them as you were Barack Obama. And you're going to get one of them. And either of these will serve the powers powers that be to the utmost. Why? Because they will get a reward for doing it. Why did the Shah do what he did to the Iranian people? Why did Noriega do? And all of these people who sell out so they can become special, they don't care about you. And the bottom line is that you don't care about yourself. And why is it that you don't care about yourself? Because you were never taught to care about yourself. You were taught to be selfish, but not to care about yourself. And so selfishness is the way of the world. And yet, somebody like me who will come before you and tell you that there's a better way. And why would I do that? I do that because some power, unseen but miraculously strong, has taken control and revealed a power that we have never known. We've heard about it perhaps, but we have never known it. And it didn't just happen to me, it happened to people all over the world. That exercise has taken place to eliminate all doubt about this unseen power and the abilities of that power and where your joy rests in. And by that happening to us, then we have to be committed. If we don't, we are a sad specimen. To make sure that those of you who have never seen the hands of that unseen power, that now you can see that power through those of us who have been blessed. Blessed not to kill, not to destroy, but to show the other side. See, killing and destroying and savageries and slavery and taking away rights of the people with having no adequate health care, poor jobs and wages and ghettos and wealth to the max for a few. All of that comes under the power of those who run the earth, those who want to be human gods, those who want to pass it on down to their descendants and pass it on down generation after generation as being superior, while to everybody else. And they, my friends, are the ones that do the killing, that do the starving, all of the things that have been established. The powers that be got an ugly hand in it. You can bet your last money if they didn't have an ugly hand in it, it would not exist. But they have to make it appear good. So it benefits. You know, let me give you another example. We talk about Obamacare. Now, for those who got some kind of benefit out of Obamacare, it was the greatest thing that could have happened. But for those who didn't need Obamacare, it's the worst thing that could have happened. And so they situated it now till after it has run its course a time or two. Now you're going to see that ugly part of it. I hear people saying that their premiums are increased so big till it makes this look like a monster instead of a benefit. Well, that's the way of the world. It leads you all of the path of crookedness, all of the path of lying. See, there are good people in the world. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to say everybody's low down, ugly, and stupid. No, no, no. There are wonderful people in the world. There are people who do everything they can to tell the truth and never lie. That work hard, legitimately, every day based upon the way the system has been established so that they will not be part of a cancer, but more of a flower. There are people who commit themselves to this, but that doesn't stop the powers that flows the water. That doesn't stop the powers that guide the currents. The currents are those others. And you only exist because you play a role in making people and others think that everything is legit. But you and the world are seeing that it is not. The thing is, what are you going to do about it? You know what you're going to do? Clinton or Trump get into office. The people who supported them are going to be excited, and they're going to hate the other folks. And they're going to try to connive and be as selfish as they possibly can to benefit as much as they possibly can under this new authority at your expense. And they don't give a heck about it. And this itself would bring on so many additional problems added to the problems that we already have, till it lifts the powers that be up even higher on the road that they have been traveling since the beginning of time. And messages like this, where you say all you got to do is stop going along with it. Sure, if you stop going along with it, they're going to bring the military down on you. They're going to call martial law. And I'm not talking about you going out there fighting them. No, I'm not saying do that. Don't go out there fighting them because you're going to lose. And when I say you're going to lose, you're going to lose in two places. You're going to lose in the material, and you're going to lose in the spiritual. They are prepared, you are not. And they don't care. And they will take you out if you want to go physical. On the spiritual realm, it does not operate on that kind of stuff. It operates on truth. If these people take you out for being real, for being an expression of love, you only transfer, or you are only transferred from H-E-L-L to your paradise. A paradise that will set you in a place where all of this back here will never be cross your mind. You won't even know anything about it. All you will know is the wonderful life that you're living, that you've always lived, and you will always be living. But you have to know that in order to walk up to an enemy, a bully, and tell them to take their best shot. Otherwise, you saying, Yassa boss, what can I do to survive? Who you want me to hurt? Who you want me to kill? Who you want me to mess over? Just so you can survive. That's the way of the world. But the way of the spirit is, take your best shot. Because I'm not afraid of you. You're not my God. Now, you can get from there whatever you want. But I really, really am glad that I got it. Bye-bye.